Hello, how are you? As I said that now, we're gonna be talking about business, uh, not just politics or church stuff, spiritual stuff. Uh, I want to talk about the banking sector or financing sector. I discovered that black people are very powerful when it comes to finance. Like, we are a powerful group of people that have got enough money to finance our own uplifting. I'm strategically saying black people because I'm black. If I was white, I'm saying us white people. But anyway, I don't think white people do that because they are advantaged. They just speak in general terms, but they know that generally, whoever they're talking to, if they're black, they won't participate in those things. White people are very clever. They will make videos. They will come up on TV and say, "Oh, there's venture capital that is sponsoring this and that. If you do this and that, you can do crowdfunding, this and that." They forget. Surely they don't forget. They deliberately omit that. We only take white dudes. They won't say that, but they will take white dudes eventually. And for you to be black and to break through, you need to bring Jesus. We need to fast 7 nights and 7 days for us to get a breakthrough. White dudes don't. They just come white. They can't just pitch up their white and then they are given all the money. So, as I said, enough complaining about that. Nothing is going to change. We're not going to change the situation. People who've got their own minds will never change because that is how they feel like. They feel like that you do not deserve. So, we need to actually do it on our own. Okay. And number two, we do not need the ANC. We do not need ZANU-PF. We do not need any other political party that is lying to us. Because let's just face it. Those are just other black people that are looking to feed their own families, that are seeking to become rich off the political ticket. But there's a lot of wealth around the world that is lying out there, that is not in white hands, that is not in political people's hands, but are in the people themselves. If we the people are united, but even that unity doesn't need all of us to be united, because we will not be united, all of us. It starts with a few of us to be united, a few like-minded ones. Okay, so one would say, well, why must they only be black? They can be any color. It's just that the unfortunate thing in life is that the people usually favor their own. I'm not like that. If I was a billionaire, I will support black people, I will support white people, I will support Indians, I support Muslims, I support Taiwanese, Chinese, equally the same. But I'm not a billionaire, and I'm not the one sponsoring, I'm not the one opening doors. Like, I've realized that those that open doors, they only open doors to people who are like them. Then I find myself in a certain predicament that most of the doors that I want to open, none of those people are Ndebele like me. None of them are from Zimbabwe. None of them are black. If they are black, they are something else, which is not like my type of black people. If they're not black, they are something that is looking to bless or to put through their own people. Then I began to realize that in my own financial struggles, which is something that many of you will uh, understand, because I think we're in the same boat, especially Zimbabweans. You will see that we struggle not because we are not intelligent, not because we are not clever, whatever, not because we are lazy. We struggle because our people, us as a people, have been disenfranchised, and we have been left out. In As the world progresses, we are left out and we're targeted. Like, they know who you are, and if you are Zimbabwean, okay, like, you do not have opportunities. You will hear in South Africa they say, this thing is for South Africans only. If you go to Zimbabwe, those things are not there. where there's sanctions, the United States government put sanctions on Zimbabwe. Those sanctions are not on ZANU-PF people. ZANU-PF people are rich. They have got different ways of circumventing sanctions because they are billionaires. They've stolen a lot of money. But the rest of us Zimbabweans are actually the ones who are feeling the brunt of the US election. I mean US what you call it? Sanctions. Then I realized that your identity is one of the biggest determiner of your success, or rather your identity determines if for you to if your success is easy to attain or extremely difficult. Then I realized that in my perspective it's extremely difficult because of my color, because of the country that I'm from, even within the country that I'm from, because of the tribe from which I am from. And then I began to realize that no one, there's actually other doors that we can open for ourselves. If the people that are what do they call them, the people that open and close the doors, they're called the gatekeepers. If the gatekeepers do not like people like you, or do not like you for some reason, you do not have to go to that gate. You have to fucking hit the wall with a hammer and get in there under it like a rat. Because that is the only. I wish you could go to Tembisa and see that the rats in Tembisa. The rats in Tembisa are so big, they're bigger than my head. You see this head I have is very big. But the rats in Tembisa, they're so big. It's the only place in South Africa where when you want to put a shack, you dig a what you call it, a foundation. In culture here, when they put a shack, they don't dig any foundation. They just put it there. In Tembisa, they dig a foundation, they put the concrete 1 meter deep because those big rats, they're going to dig under and get inside. So I've seen something. We do not need to beg the gatekeepers, or those doorkeepers, whatever. We don't need to satisfy them. We do not need to speak polished English to satisfy them. We don't need to go to the angel investors and pitch our business plans so that they can understand where we're coming from. We do not even need to confirm to every government the regulation that is extremely oppressive and actually created for the sole purpose of making us fail. Because the gatekeepers, their job is to make sure that a certain type of people do not pass through. So that is why we have been struggling, thinking that if we work hard, because they lie to you, they tell you that if you work hard, if you go to school, things are gonna be okay. No, they forget to tell you that if you are black and you work hard and you go to school, we will still make you a waiter or a petrol attendant, or you, and as a petrol attendant you're gonna work there for 20 years. There's no promotion, there's nothing, unless if you are a mpimpi and you're the one who is destroying other black people, then we can make you manager there. Otherwise you are nothing, you see. So they have purposefully, strategically positioned themselves as an army to destroy our race, to destroy our people. I'm sorry to say it. Actually, I'm not sorry to say it because that is just what it is. So therefore, I begin to realize that no, man, screw the gatekeepers. Like like an Alex Red in the air, like a Tembisa Red, dig underneath, dig under the earth and get inside. Don't go and knock by the door and say, let us enter. Go there once, they're going to say no. See, they will always find something wrong. You know, oh, you don't have this. Then you go and fix it. When you come back, you don't have this. That is why black people struggle to go to America to get a job in USA. It's a huge struggle to go to Europe. Do you think that a white person here in Africa just wants to go to Europe? You think it's hard? No, it's easy. Very easy. Just get into a plane. Even if they forgot a visa, like, you forgot to put a visa. Oh, sorry, mate, I forgot. Like, oh, welcome back to the king, to the land of the queen. When you are black, they will request each and every single thing. And if you miss one small little thing, you go back to Africa. To understand? Because they are protecting their own civilization to be, I mean, from people like you. So white people and other people around other areas, they've created a civilization. They've created communities. In South Africa, you have white people have theirs, Indians have theirs, Muslims have theirs, but black people have failed to create their own communities, which is something I'm going to talk about in the next video. But black people are needing to create their own communities.